Angels say if you are here right now, this message did not arrive by chance. Something sacred, emotional, and deeply personal is unfolding in your love story. Before we begin, take a moment to support this divine work by liking this video. Subscribe to Angels Whispers Truth for daily angel messages and soulmate guidance. And comment below to let the angels know you are open to receive this message. Angels say this channel exists to bring clarity, reassurance, and divine truth. Every message is guided with intention, love, and spiritual alignment. If your heart has been heavy, waiting, or quietly hoping, this message is for you. Angels say the love letter written in tears was never meant to remain hidden. It was written in moments of longing, reflection, and silent prayer. It carries emotions that words spoken aloud could not safely hold at the time. And now, divine timing has opened the way for this truth to be revealed. This message is not about fantasy. It is about real emotion, real growth, and real love guided by heaven. So breathe, open your heart, and allow this message to unfold. Angels say the love letter written in tears represents unspoken devotion. It was written during moments when your soulmate felt deeply but could not act. Moments when distance, timing, or fear stood between intention and expression. Every tear that touched that letter carried sincerity, not weakness. Your soulmate did not write from confusion. They wrote from awareness, from knowing what your presence awakened within them. And angels say awareness is the birthplace of true love. This letter holds emotions that matured in silence, love that was refined through patience, and longing that transformed into clarity. You may have felt this energy without knowing why. Sudden emotional waves, dreams that felt unusually vivid, thoughts of someone returning without explanation. Angels say these were not coincidences. They were echoes of a heart communicating across distance. Because love written in truth always seeks its destination. Scripture confirms the power of love born through endurance. Psalm 66:10, for you, God, tested us, you refined us like silver. This verse reflects the refinement that occurred in silence, a love purified through waiting and inner growth. Your soulmate's tears were not tears of regret. They were tears of recognition of what you meant, and recognition of what was at stake if truth remained unspoken. Angels say this letter holds apology without blame, affection without demand, and devotion without control. It is not asking you to chase. It is not asking you to prove anything. It is simply revealing what has always been true. This is why the revelation feels unreal, because love that survives silence feels almost impossible. Yet angels say what is impossible for humans is possible through divine timing. Matthew 19:26, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. This scripture speaks directly to what is unfolding now. A love once delayed is now divinely permitted to surface. You may feel a mix of emotions as this truth reaches you: surprise, tenderness, and a sense of validation you did not know you were waiting for. Angels say validation does not come to inflate ego. It comes to heal unanswered questions and to bring peace to the heart. This letter is not meant to reopen wounds. It is meant to close cycles and begin a new chapter rooted in honesty. Your soulmate has grown. They have reflected, and they now understand that love withheld becomes pain. but love expressed becomes freedom. Angels say freedom is the intention behind this message. Freedom from doubt, freedom from silence, freedom from wondering what could have been. The tears that wrote this letter watered the seeds of courage, and courage is now stepping forward. Scripture reminds us why love expressed matters. Ephesians 4:25, therefore each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor. This verse reflects the spiritual responsibility of truth. Especially in love, this revelation does not demand an immediate response. Angels say it simply invites understanding. Understanding brings calm, and calm allows wisdom to guide the next step. You are not behind, you are not late, and nothing was wasted. Angels say timing protected both of you until hearts were ready, and now readiness has arrived. Pause here. Let this message settle, and know that what is being revealed comes from sincerity, not illusion. Angels say as the truth of this love letter continues to unfold, a deeper layer begins to surface. This layer reveals not just emotion, but intention, not just memory, but transformation. The love letter written in tears was shaped during a season of inner conflict. A season where your soulmate knew what they felt, but did not yet know how to become the person capable of honoring that feeling. Angels say love matures in stages, first as awareness, then as longing, then as responsibility. This letter belongs to the stage where responsibility finally took root, where your soulmate realized love is not just something felt, it is something carried with integrity. They looked at themselves honestly. They examined their fears, their patterns, and the walls they built to protect their heart. Angels say self-examination is never comfortable, but it is holy work, because it clears the path for authentic connection. During this time, your soulmate chose silence not out of indifference, but out of reverence for what they felt. They did not want to offer you uncertainty. They wanted to offer stability. This is why the tears were present. Tears appear when the heart knows truth before the mind feels ready. Angels say many souls delay expression because they do not want to damage what they cherish. But silence itself can become heavy, and this weight eventually demands release. The letter carries the weight of restraint finally giving way to honesty. It carries love that was disciplined, not impulsive. You may notice that this message feels calm rather than chaotic. That is because the energy behind it is resolved, not reactive. Angels say resolved love does not chase. It stands, it waits, and it speaks only when grounded. Scripture speaks to the value of patient preparation. Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. This verse reflects the divine timing that shaped this letter. Nothing arrived too early or too late. Your soulmate's heart changed during this waiting season, not in feeling, but in strength. They learned that love requires presence, consistency, and the courage to be seen fully. Angels say courage does not arrive suddenly. It is built slowly through self-honesty. This is why the letter feels different from words spoken in haste. It carries steadiness and respect. Your soulmate is no longer asking love to save them. They are offering to walk beside you. Angels say partnership replaces fantasy when maturity arrives. And maturity transforms love into something sustainable. You may feel a sense of safety as this truth settles into your awareness. That safety is not accidental. It is the result of growth on both sides. Angels say the connection evolved even when communication paused. Souls do not stop learning simply because words are not exchanged. The letter also carries acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of your patience, your resilience, and the quiet strength you displayed without demanding answers. Angels say your calm entrance did not go unnoticed. It became part of the reason your soulmate felt compelled to rise. Scripture reflects this principle of mutual refinement. Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This verse reflects how both of you shaped one another from a distance. The letter is not a confession of guilt. It is a declaration of readiness. Readiness to show up consistently. Readiness to communicate openly. Readiness to honor what exists between you. Angels say readiness is the true miracle because it transforms potential into reality. You may sense that this message feels grounding rather than overwhelming. That is because it is rooted in truth, not fantasy. Your soulmate no longer wishes to idealize love. They wish to live it. Angels say living love requires responsibility, and responsibility brings peace. This is why the tears that wrote the letter no longer carry sorrow. They carry relief, the relief of no longer hiding. Your soulmate understands now that love withheld becomes regret, but love expressed becomes alignment. Scripture affirms the freedom found in truth. John 8:32, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. This verse mirrors the release that accompanies this revelation. As this segment settles, angels say allow yourself to feel grounded. There is no urgency, only clarity. This letter did not arrive to rush you. It arrived to steady the connection. What unfolds next will be shaped by honesty, mutual respect, and divine timing. Angels say when love reaches this stage, it no longer asks whether it is real. It simply asks how it can be honored. Angels say as the message continues to unfold, the heart of this revelation becomes clearer. The love letter written in tears, it does not only speak of the past. It opens a doorway into the present moment and quietly reshapes the future. This letter carries emotional accountability. It acknowledges not only what was felt, but what was left unsaid. And angels say acknowledgement is a sacred form of healing. Your soulmate understands now that silence can protect feelings temporarily, but honesty protects the soul permanently. This realization changed how they viewed love. They stopped asking when it would feel safe and started asking when it would be true. Angels say truth does not wait for comfort. It waits for readiness. This letter holds the humility of someone who has learned, someone who has allowed life to teach them through distance and longing. Scripture reflects this refining humility. James 1-3, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. This verse mirrors the perseverance that shaped this letter. A perseverance rooted in faith rather than control. Why? Your soulmate's tears were not spilled in desperation. They were shed in surrender. Surrender to growth, and surrender to divine guidance. Angels say surrender is often misunderstood. It is not giving up. It is letting go of false expectations. This is why the letter feels gentle rather than demanding. It does not ask you to erase your past. It honors it. The words written carry reverence for your journey. for the strength you displayed when answers were unavailable. Angels say strength shown in silence speaks louder than declarations made in haste. Your soulmate now recognizes that love must meet you where you are, not where they wish you to be. This awareness transformed how they perceive commitment. They now understand commitment is presence, not possession. Angels say presence is the rarest gift in modern love. And this letter offers exactly that. You may feel a sense of calm validation, as if something you intuitively knew is finally being spoken. That feeling is alignment. Scripture speaks of love that moves beyond words. 1 John 3:18, Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. This verse reflects the intention behind this revelation. Love ready to be lived, not merely expressed. The letter also releases you from self-doubt. It confirms that what you felt was real, and that your intuition was not mistaken. Angels say confirmation heals quietly. It does not shout, it settles. Your soulmate's growth allowed them to see you clearly. Not as an ideal, but as a whole person. This is why the connection now feels grounded. There is no fantasy left to protect, only truth to honor. Angels say when fantasy dissolves, love becomes dependable. This letter does not erase the time that passed. It redeems it. Scripture reminds us of this redemptive truth. Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. This verse reflects how even waiting served a purpose. You are not being asked to forget. You are being invited to understand. Understanding brings peace, and peace allows clarity to guide the next chapter. Angels say the future shaped by truth does not rush. It unfolds naturally. As this message settles, remain present. There is no need to decide anything immediately. This letter did not arrive to demand an answer. It arrived to restore balance. Angels say restoration is the quiet miracle at work here. And restoration always prepares the way for something new. Angels say as this revelation deepens, another truth gently rises to the surface. The love letter written in tears was never meant to remain a private confession. It was always intended to become a bridge between who your soulmate was and who they have become. This letter carries the energy of accountability, not blame, not regret, but ownership. Angels say ownership is a sign of emotional maturity. It reflects a heart that no longer hides behind circumstance and no longer fears vulnerability. Your soulmate has come to understand that love grows when responsibility is embraced. They no longer view connection as something fragile that must be protected by silence. They now see love as something strong enough to withstand truth. This realization reshaped how they perceive you. They no longer wonder if you would understand. They trust that honesty honors you. Angels say trust is born when fear releases control, and control dissolves when faith takes its place. The letter reveals a heart that has stopped negotiating with doubt and started aligning with conviction. This conviction is not dramatic. It is calm, steady, and deeply intentional. You may feel a quiet sense of recognition as this message settles, as though something long felt but never named has finally found language. Angels say recognition does not shock the soul, it comforts it. Your soulmate understands now that love withheld creates distance, but love expressed with humility creates closeness. The words written in tears reflect lessons learned the hard way. Lessons about timing, about patience, and about the cost of emotional avoidance. Angels say avoidance delays healing, but truth accelerates it. Scripture speaks to the power of speaking from the heart. Proverbs 16:23, the hearts of the wise make their mouths prudent, and their lips promote instruction. This verse reflects the wisdom that shaped this letter, words chosen with care, and intention guided by growth. Your soulmate no longer wishes to protect themselves from feeling. They wish to protect the connection by honoring it. This shift changes everything. Because love rooted in honor does not fear depth. Angels say depth is not created by intensity. It is created by consistency. The letter carries consistency of emotion, not fluctuation, not uncertainty. You may notice that nothing about this message feels rushed. That is because it was born from reflection rather than impulse. Angels say impulsive words fade quickly, but intentional truth endures. Your soulmate is no longer speaking from longing alone. They are speaking from clarity. This clarity allows space for your autonomy, your discernment, and your emotional safety. Angels say safety is the foundation upon which lasting love is built. The letter also releases expectations. It does not demand reciprocity. It offers sincerity. This is why it feels light despite its emotional weight. It carries honesty without pressure. Your soulmate understands now that love cannot be negotiated. It must be freely chosen. Angels say free choice is sacred, and any love that honors free choice is divinely aligned. The tears that wrote this letter no longer signify pain. They signify release, the release of fear, and the release of silence. You may feel gratitude surface within you, not just for the message, but for the growth that made it possible. Angels say growth often happens unseen, but its results are unmistakable. This letter does not rewrite history, it redeems it. It acknowledges the distance without dwelling in it, and it opens space for something more grounded. Angels say grounding is the sign that love has matured. As this segment settles, allow yourself to remain present. There is no urgency, only understanding. Understanding brings peace, and peace allows the heart to remain open without fear. Angels say what unfolds from this point forward will be shaped by truth, and truth always moves with purpose. Angels say this final unfolding brings the message full circle. The love letter written in tears was never meant to end in silence. It was meant to arrive at understanding and rest in truth. This revelation completes a cycle that began with longing, moved through growth, and arrived at emotional clarity. Your soulmate's heart is no longer divided between fear and feeling. It is aligned, present, and grounded in sincerity. Angels say alignment is the quiet miracle that changes everything. It does not shout, it settles. This letter is not asking you to relive the past. It is offering peace with it, so the future can be entered without weight. Your soulmate now understands that love must be expressed with integrity, not urgency, not pressure, but truth. The tears that once carried uncertainty have transformed into clarity, and clarity now speaks with calm confidence. Angels say confidence born of humility is the strongest form of love. Scripture affirms the enduring power of love expressed in truth. 1 Corinthians 16:14, let all that you do be done in love. This verse reflects the spirit behind this final revelation, a love that chooses intention over fear. You may feel a sense of emotional closure as this message settles. Not an ending, but a completion. Angels say completion brings peace, and peace opens the heart without resistance. This letter did not arrive to bind you. It arrived to free both hearts from unanswered questions. Your soulmate is no longer hiding behind what might have been. They are standing in what is. Angels say standing in truth transforms relationships, because truth does not require defense. What you do with this understanding is yours alone. There is no demand, only clarity. Clarity allows choice, and choice restores balance. Angels say balance is the foundation of lasting connection. As this message comes to rest, take a moment to honor what you have received. If this message resonated with your heart, like this video to affirm alignment. Comment below to anchor this truth into your spirit. Subscribe to Angels Whispers Truth for daily angel messages and soulmate guidance. And share this message with someone who may need reassurance today. Your support allows these angel messages to reach hearts seeking clarity. And angels say, when you support truth, truth supports you. Remain open, remain grounded, and trust divine timing. Because angels say the love that survives tears, silence, and growth is the love that rives with purpose.